Okay, good afternoon, traders, and welcome to the December's futures competition here at Bookmap and how to get up and running for this competition. We're going to go through the process to get up and running how you can get connected and also get the materials that you need for this competition. It will start tomorrow. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's first go here to Bookmap. Or competition at bookmap.com. You'll see it here, and you can see it starts in 16 hours and 25 minutes. This is the it's a futures competition. It will include a MBO bundle of indicators that you will get free access to. The competition, you can read through it here on this page, and you can join right here and partake by registering now or joining the competition, same link. You can see the prizes here. And then there's these videos about how to get connected as well. We're going to go through it now, just in case you guys have any issues or problems. We can solve them now for you. In fact, we can open up the mic for you if any of you have any questions here on our Discord channel. In fact, this video here, they're very short videos, will instruct you how to register for the competition. This one here will get you set up and connected. That's primarily what we're going to go over. And then also this one here is about how to set orders in Bookmap, and I will also go through that as well. Now, because this, or let me scroll down a little bit further, you can see all the time, the duration, all the rules, etc. There's FAQs, the trading instrument, all of these things, so you can trade the ES, the NQ, or the Russell. The leaderboard will pop up once the competition has begun, and then you can go through some of the exploring the MBO bundle here, some images we put together to understand what these things are. We're going to go through this in detail tomorrow. We'll go through a little bit today, and I want to go through a little bit of presentation on MBO data and the benefits from it. Another getting started here, and then FAQs down below. All right, so that's the competition page, here's the slide for it. It's for tomorrow. You have to be a Bookmap subscriber. Okay, it's only open to our subscribers, but that shouldn't be any big deal because we have a deal on Bookmap right now that you can get for $40 for the month. This deal will include access to, once you're a Bookmap subscriber, if you have Global, for example, or the Digital Plus version, you will get access to Global Plus, and it will also get access to futures data if you're like a crypto or a stocks trader. We'll get access to futures. It's only for a couple days that you'll get access, though, just for the duration of the competition. But this is really the heart of it here, the free MBO bundle access. So you get stops, icebergs, on chart and off, or sub chart. The Trader Map Pro filter for the heat map, which has been a godsend for a lot of traders, including myself, since the algo, there's algos in there that really kind of skew the order book in a way that makes it difficult to read. This algo, or this Trader Map Pro indicator, can alleviate that. And then there's a whole suite of the Market Pulse algos that we will offer for free access as well during this competition, and the liquidity tracker. All right, so anyway, here's the deal. So you might as, if you don't have Bookmap and you've heard about it, this would be the cheapest way to get involved right now. Okay, use the coupon code here. Go to our home page, let me show you that. Just go to bookmap.com. It's right there on the home page. You'll see it, Cyber Monday deal. Click here for the deal. You'll scroll down, and you'll need to input this coupon code here when you go through the process. Okay, so anyway, it's $40 basically, and it's good. The offer is good until December 12th, but you'll get Bookmap for the first month at 60% discount. All right, and all week long, we're also going to have our Pro Trader MBO webinar series. we're going to go through how to read the MBO bundle of indicators, stops and icebergs, the Trader Map Pro and Market Pulse and the liquidity tracker. So look for these. I covered some today, but I'll cover a lot more tomorrow. And let's go through the disclosures and let's jump in. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let me see if there's any questions right off the bat here in the chat room. And let's see here. So you can just open up the chat over here for you in Discord. This is where to go. Here, you'll note under the CME competition right here. I believe there's also a chat room in here, Dan, right, for the competition. Not sure exactly where it is. Okay, CME chat, there it is. Yep. Okay. So you will find also the chat room in here for the competition, or you can also use, if you're interested in becoming part of our Bookmap Academy, you can do that as well, and create your content over there, and that's part of the whole plan or program over at the Bookmap Academy is documentation and journalization of your trading activity. So all right. Let's jump in and make sure that you guys can get connected. So the first step, of course, is to go to competition@bookmap.com and register here. Okay, you'll have to sign up. You'll have to have Bookmap, but go through the process and also just go to our homepage and get the deal here if you want to join. This is the cheapest way to get up and running with the Bookmap desktop version anyway. Okay, so yep, go for that, then sign up here, and then the next step will be to connect. All right, so we can go through that process in here. In fact, why don't I disconnect here for the moment, and then I'll show you how to do it. All right, so let's go over here. And you'll click on, you'll go here to click on connections in the drop down here, and then go to configure. All right, so in fact, let me disconnect there. And I'm actually going to remove this trading simulator here. Okay, so we'll kind of start from scratch. All right. Okay, so go up to connections, go to configure. All right, and you'll need to have two different add-ons in here or connections for this competition. And let me demo it here. So go to add and remove platforms, and then this puts you into the Bookmap plugins manager, and this is Bookmap Connect level 0. Level 1 over here is for add-ons, and for the MBO bundle, you'll use the level 1 area, but for connections, you'll use the level 0 here. And you'll scroll down and you'll see Bookmap data down here. Install it. You'll also see in this area down here the trading simulator, and I already have it installed, so yeah, we can remove it, and then we'll just go through the process. So we'll install it here. Okay, install, ready to go. All right, so we click OK, and then now we're going to add a connection. Okay, so let's click on add connection, and then up here it's opening up by default Binance for crypto, but we're going to click on the drop down, and then we're going to scroll down, and we're going to select trading simulator, and then we're not done yet. Okay, now you'll see configure your trading simulator connection here on account. You can see that you have a demo account here. So you always have this. This is our 24/7 simulator demo account where you can test things in here, and you'll get $100,000 and to play around with it. Then we'll click on this drop down. You can see the next area here, competition number 2. So we click on that and we select competition, and that's it. We click OK, and then you will need to, if you didn't have Bookmap data, you'll need to add your Bookmap data. So you go through the same process in here. You'll click on Add Connection and then select Bookmap data from the drop down here, and then you're up and running. All right. Now, once you've done that, you need to come back up to connections, and you can see here, I've already got this one connected and I don't want to lose my data for Bookmap data. You'll need to put a checkbox here though. You also need to put a checkbox here for Trading Simulator. Okay. Now it says, yeah, I'm connected, and I have 18 hours left, it looks like, for the trading competition. Dan, is that do you have something to say, or is that just a background noise? I'm not sure. Got somebody else in here.
That was somebody else. So just remember, you can unmute within this room if you are a December Futures competition entrant.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyway, let's go back up here to connections. Where are we? So we've got Trading Simulator connected and Bookmap data connected. Okay. Then you'll just hit the plus button in here, and you're going to add from Bookmap data here, futures, CME, and then you'll select either the NQ, or you may have to just type it in here, NQZ4, ESZ4, or RTYZ4, and then you'll click enter here. You can add some historical data, but just hit subscribe, and your symbol will pop up and it will start to populate. Now, that should do the trick. You should be up and running now, and you also have the Trading Simulator. Okay, so the next step is that now we're going to open up the trade control panel here, because obviously to take part in the competition we need to trade. So click on the trade control panel icon here, the padlock, and then what we need to do is come down to this part here, and click on this little drop down here, and then you'll see that I have the capability to trade from this chart. I actually made a Trader Map Lite chart here, but it could be just from your ES chart or your Trader Map Lite chart as well, or Trader Map Pro chart as well. It doesn't really matter. You'll still need to do this process no matter what. You'll select your ESZ Bookmap Futures Competition instrument here, and then you just click on Start, and it will message you that you have activated the cross trading, meaning you will trade from this chart into the futures trading competition instrument. That's what it means here. Click OK. Now we come back to the trade control panel, select it. We can either trade from a dome or the chart, or both. I always select both, and then I'm going to also click on the pin here. So if I go to a different chart and come back, this will always remain open, and you can see that my balance is here already. I have $100,000, and I took a trade earlier in the All Markets webinar for a $33 gain. And 33.70. How did I get that amount? Well, it's because commissions are taken out. Okay, so we have a realistic commissions structure. It's a $1.90 per side. Okay, so round trip is going to be $3.80 altogether. All right, and so let's see. All right, you're all set. Now you need to just select the size that you want to trade, and now you have $100,000 for this competition. So I think I don't know how many you can trade actually, what the leverage is in total here. I think, well, for sure you'll be able to trade 10. Maybe it's quite a bit more. In fact, why don't we even try it here? We'll select 50, and What about changing the serial numbers? No, you'll just use your same serial number. All right, and now I selected 50 here. We'll kind of narrow it through. I don't want to do the calculation right now. I'll just show by setting orders how much leverage we have. Yeah, you have your cancel buttons, your flatten button, also your entry buttons in here, a reversal button, OCO, brackets, trailing stop, and then also your order duration. Good till cancel, the stop order type is market, and then good till cancel for that stop order duration as well. All right, so I'm all set. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to set a limit buy down here, and you can see not enough balance. The message pops up in the lower right. This is way over leveraged. Okay, so let's try half of it. 25. We'll click again. Still don't have enough leverage. Or enough margin here. So we'll go to half of it. We'll go to 13, let's say, and that works. All right. So let's we can use our center mouse wheel here, or and click on it here, and it will cancel it. Here, let's go up to another half of this. We'll go up to 20. See if we can get. No, that's not. That's too large. You don't have enough margin. So we'll go back down, like to 17 or so, and let's see if we can do that. Nope. 16. 16 works. Okay, we found our limit. So you can trade up to 16 at a time. Now, if you have more winners, then obviously you're going to have more margin, right? So for you big gamblers out there, which the competition is it's about winning, or having fun and learning. So if you want to trade size like this, you can. If you start to get losses, though, you won't be able to trade 16. You'll be down to 14 or whatever it is. Yeah. So there you go. All right. So let's see. You got your bracketed orders. I got 30 for my take profit. My stop loss here is 15. Yeah, we're all set. Now, you can also, now this is for the ES, and I can trade up to 16. If I go over to the NASDAQ, it's going to be different. If I go over to the Russell, it'll be different yet. Okay, so you'll have to find what you're able to use for here. It looks like we're just about to get filled here. So let's see here. In fact, I'm going to there's going to be a huge stop run. Yeah, why not? Let's just get involved. There we go. Okay. Did I get filled? It looks like I got filled. Okay. All right. So there, I am in 16. I am long. Oh, this is what happened here. I did not have enough. As you can see, my brackets didn't work. This is an issue here. Why? Because I don't have enough margin here. Okay, so I won't even be able to set a here. We'll see. I'll set. No, I can. I can set a limit sell up here. All right. So if you cannot set and you've maxed out your margin in here, what you have to do is you have to hit flatten. You'll just have to hit the flatten button. Right. So that's how it'll work. Yeah, we got a tick out of it, right? That's it. That's the way that you'll have to trade. You'll have to use that flatten button. So just keep that in mind if you're totally maxed out in your with your margin. Let's see. Oh yeah, you had 10 times the margin last time. That's right, Alois, because we had $1 million. Yep. That was a trading scary size Halloween competition that we did. This will just going to give you 100,000. We'll do another one of those. I really enjoyed that one. I thought it was fun. I think I would like to give you guys like maybe 25 million or maybe even 50 million. Because you're going to slip the order book and you're going to have to trade completely differently if you trade size. and that's a good thing. Learn how other traders trade, and you will learn a tremendous amount. Can I answer your bookmap version question? Okay. Yeah, I believe you'll need to download. Well, let's see. It should be here in the FAQs. I would download the latest production version, but let's take a quick look here. Okay. I'm not 100% sure, Alois. Here, you can trade before the competition. Yes. So this will, you can trade. Let's see, there's a training up to 1 hour before the competition begins. Should be 1 day before. But I guess that's been changed. Here's information on the MBO bundle. I'll have to get back to you on that, Alois. Or maybe if you want to reach out to support in the Slack channel, they will be able to tell you. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you at the moment. All right. Okay. Now, if you have any questions on trading from Bookmap, okay, this is where to go. Go to bookmap.com, click on education, and then click on getting started here, and then you'll see trading section here. We have these very short videos on how to, this placing orders video is the exact same video that you will see on the competition page. It is here. If you just scroll up a little bit out of these videos in here, these 3 videos, it's this one here, placing orders. Okay, so that will go through the process here. I can answer your questions now if you like, no problem. Let me see some other questions in there. Hi, Carlos, Ariana. Let's see, can you show how to pull USD GP? Okay, so no. Well, you won't be able to trade. I mean, you can use something like the pound dollar, like the 6B, if you wanted for a correlation, but you will not be able to trade from it. Yeah, so here I have the 6E right here. This is the euro dollar. And let's take a look at it. Okay, so we're seeing, of course, dollar strength right now. And the dollar is looking pretty poised, or euro dollar is pretty poised to trade down into this level of liquidity that's been there all day, down at this 105.50 figure. Yeah. So you can use it for the correlations, and you can either use it as a chart like this, or as the correlation tracker. Now, Ariana, if you do not have futures data, you will not have access to this. All right, just so you know, you will have access to only 3 instruments if you do not already subscribe to futures data for Bookmap, either Bookmap data or Rhythmic, okay, or DXFeed. So just note that. Okay, you only get access to 3 different instruments, and that's it. All right. If you're interested in your currency futures, then you'll need to subscribe to either Rhythmic, DXFeed, or Bookmap data. I would recommend Bookmap data or Rhythmic. Okay, because you want the MBO data, and DXFeed does not offer MBO data, which might be a good segue into what is MBO data, and answer some questions for you guys on that. Okay, so I think we've got everything covered here in terms of the getting connected and being able to place orders. Okay, there's maybe a few other things about looking at the Trader Map Lite or the Trader Map Pro version. If you want, I can demo that maybe tomorrow. I think that might be better once you guys get access. So yeah, why don't we do that? Because once you have access, there will be more questions, and I think that would be better. All right, so let's go through then a bit more about this MBO data and what exactly is it. And I have a little bit of a it's not much. I have kind of a presentation I can show you, but it's not really too in depth here. However, it'll get the point across. All right. First off, here, this is level 1 data. Just the best bid and best ask. Okay, what's on the ask? What's on the bid here? That's it. All right. What does that look like in Bookmap? It looks like this. Let me show you. Let's go back to the ES. Okay, Trader Map Lite. Okay. From the order book and here in the heat map, this is what level 1 data looks like. This is what it would look like if you don't have depth data in Bookmap as well. So we're going to configure this column, and we are going to set the depth here. I'm going to bring it down to 1. That's it. Just the best bid and offer. That's all you're going to see. Okay, now you'll see a spread in here as well, but that's it, right? That is your entire depth right there. That's level 1 data. That was what we had kind of back in maybe the early 90s or I don't know, late 80s, early 90s, kind of that era. So we're going to be talking a bit about history here and evolution of where we are in terms of visualization of the market. It's pretty fascinating story. So the heat map, what the heat map would look like. Let's just go right click here, go to heat map settings, and we'll go to advanced settings here, and we'll bring it down to level 1 data. This is what it's going to look like. Okay, in fact, let me turn off on just a minute. Turn off stops and icebergs for just the moment here. This is so much better now that we have the justified to the left. Okay. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. Here's your level 1 data. You're not getting much out of that. All right. So it's not very descriptive here at all. And you have to zoom in to see it as well. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, there was some liquidity here, and it traded some liquidity here, but you just don't really have any kind of reference or understanding of what's going on in the order book. All right, so very limiting. As time went by, we in the 90s, that's when you had depth of market and domes, and you started to see the level 2 data. What is level 2 data? Well, this is actually a little bit different here. This is NASDAQ book view or total view, but this is like level 2 data. Okay, you can see at each price level here. Now, which is this here? This is for the NDAQ, the NASDAQ, and like here 176.94 for all of these 3 price levels, and you see the different players in here. Well, it's only one, NASDAQ. This is because it is actually from the NASDAQ. There's no BATS. There's no other ECNs in here. It is only NASDAQ. I should probably show some other ECNs. Probably be a good idea. Hold on just a second here, and I'll get that. Yeah. Oh boy, that's not going to show up. Hold on just a second. get it. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is your level 2 data in here. So what you're looking at here is you can see multiple price levels here on the bid and on the ask. This is the top of the book here. Now this is your level 2 for stocks for Google. You know, this is you're getting the depth of the market here, and you can see all the ECNs over here. You have ARCA, EDGX, BATS, NSD, all of these exchanges or ECNs in here. Okay, so this is great. You know, you've got all these different price levels. You can see at each price level how many people are in the auction as well. This is your level 2 data. Okay, so there's a nice chunk of depth in there. Now, the book viewer, on a minute, the book that I just had in here, this one. This is a little different from NASDAQ. It's a new product that they offered that has not just 10 levels, it has like 100 levels, or maybe it's full depth. You can see here, you can put in 30 levels over here. All right, so for example, what is level 2 data? What would it look like in Bookmap? Actually, we had this when we first started Bookmap, like about 10 years ago. And let's see, level or full depth has been out for now. I'm not sure how long, about 6 or 7 years, maybe, something like that. But this is what it looked like. You only had 10 levels of depth. Okay, and that was it, right? So why isn't it showing here? Should. Okay, let's try. That's not correct either. This is weird. All right, I'm just going to open up a new, hide that column, open up a new column. Not sure what I did. And we'll go to current order book. There we go. And now we'll configure it here, and we'll set the depth to 10. Okay, this is because it's controlled through the heat map. All right, we got to go back here. That's how we'll do it. And now we got to put in 10 here. That's it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now this is what it looked like not too long ago, as you guys probably recall. And look at the depth in here. So now this is good. Okay, we can get a lot more understanding. Even in Bookmap, you know, some years ago, you saw this depth in here, that there's some sellers up here, there's some buyers down here. However, you don't know what's beyond these 10 levels. Okay, and this is the drawback of your level 2. Okay, and some traders are still looking at this in their dome. A lot, actually. A surprising amount of traders are still looking at this. Okay, so let's take this to the entire depth. So what you are offered now is market by order data. It will include the level 2 data. I mean, all depth of level 2. Okay, so there is no limitation. It is full depth. So we'll come in here and we will just offer full depth. And then we got to come in here as well. Now we need to configure it and set it as extended order book. And here, if we zoom vertically, all of these, this is just it's such an incredible advantage. Look way up here at 71.25. There's 25 contracts resting up here. Okay, so or we can go down here, and there's a few contracts way down here at 40. There's one contract down here at 4,000. Okay, someone wants to trade down here and they're in the order book. All right, well, fat chance that they'll get filled anytime soon. At least we hope. Uh, we'd have bigger problems if that was the case. So now this is amazing. Now we have all of these levels as being lit. Okay, the lit order book here. Now that's part of your level 3. I'm sorry, in level 3, there is no level 3. It's called market by order data. Now, if we go to, and I'll just finish up here with this kind of history lesson, because it is kind of important. If you want to understand, like, what these markets are now showing and what's possible, it's pretty amazing. As you guys know, when there was the Dome that came out, in fact, let's just open up our Dome Pro. We have a Dome over here, but we also have this other product called the Dome Pro. And let's just open it up. I might have to go back to, yeah, go. Okay. All right, so this will populate right now. There we go. Okay, now I limited the depth in here by design, but it's full depth also in here. But this was the technology in the 90s. And a lot of traders are still trading off of the Dome. And they like it, It's only the here and the now. What Bookmap is able to do is take this data and plot it on the chart historically. Okay, so now you can see the history here. Like, we knew that this trader had been waiting in the order book for quite a while, very high liquidity. It traded, that's why we went long here. And actually, if we stayed in that, it would have been a pretty nice little scalp for 4-point scalp. But at least up to here. Now the full depth, like I said, is a huge advantage. But there's something more now, and that's where, if we just do a quick search for CME and MBO, it pops up here, market by order data. All right, so one more image to go through, and understanding market by price and market by order. All right, so market by price is actually what we are accustomed to viewing. In fact, we don't even have market by order visualized in our current order book. It's visualized by market by price in here. These 175 contracts, this is the total amount of contracts that are available. Okay, that's market by price. Market by order, though, as you can see in this image here, is just on the horizontal here. Here you have market by price, all of the bids, all of the offers here by the quantity. Okay, market by order, though, will not only have that information, but it has how many orders are within each price level as well. Okay, so there might only be 4 traders in here, or in this case, you see 3, 1, 2, 3, and they have quite a bit of liquidity in here. All right, so that's actually what market by order is. So it gives you understanding of the amount of contracts in total volume that are here on the bid or on the offer in depth, but also the depth of the orders. How many traders are in here to trade at these specific price levels? That's really all it is. Okay. Now, where this gets really interesting, in fact, when we came across this and we saw the full depth of market in Bookmap, from the CME and this market by order data, we started to understand that there's a lot more to this. And let's scroll up a little bit. This is what the CME was offering. Okay, here you can see it right here. Well, there is anonymity here with the market, with a unique order ID tag. Okay, so they actually flip the orders, and this is more technical stuff, and it just is an overview technically here. but you can see the full depth here, and so you can know the position in the queue. That we just covered that, there's also some other things now that come to light. One of them is we know now when the orders come in. Okay, there's a queue. In fact, we've had for a long time, see this little white line in here? We kind of mimicked market by order long ago, actually, before it was offered. And we know this is our large lot tracker. So out of the 251 here, we know that this is one large player in here providing this amount of liquidity. So, roughly about, I don't know, probably about 150 contracts or so, something like that. Or I'm sorry, maybe 100 or so, right? So that's basically kind of like the market by order here. However, because of the now we know the position in the queue, and we also know they're disseminating this data per order. They're showing also the amount of or the order ID types in here. So we know now also stops. Where are they transacting? We don't know they are a stop order until they transact. We also know about iceberg orders. You can see it here, impacts, under impacts here. They have order IDs also for icebergs. Okay, again, we don't know how much is behind that iceberg until it transacts. So we only can identify the iceberg once it begins transacting. That's it. All right, so the iceberg, in fact, we start to understand the entire evolution because we know the queue as these orders start to come in. So for example, as you guys know, with the iceberg detector, and let's just turn it on in here. Okay, so if we take a look at it, stops and icebergs on chart. I need to go back here actually, and then I can turn it on here. Okay. And then it will show up also here on this chart. All right. So here you can see that the little E right here means that this was transacted, fully executed for 364. So we know, and then we can zoom in here and we can look at it. And we can look at the entire evolution of this iceberg order that was on the bid. And we can zoom in and look at each individual transaction. When it was first detected, a 100 lot already had transacted. Okay, the next one was 10. This is the next tranche of the iceberg that is sent to the market, and it begins transacting. Okay, so that's the way the iceberg works, as you guys know, and then over time, we know exactly what traded here until it was fully executed, because the next tranche is not sent to the market. Okay, it is fully executed. We also know if it was canceled. Okay, like there was this one over here, canceled, 406. So we don't know what was behind this iceberg. It could have been 1,000 lot, but only 406 transacted. And the rest we don't know. All right, and then you can see each T in here means transacted, and then that little D I showed you means this is when it was detected. If we zoom in here, you really got to zoom in to see the D here. All right, so anyway, that's the icebergs, and the stops are here. Okay, also you can see the full evolution. This is a stop run. This is a good, not a bad example here. It's kind of hard to find these sometimes, but these stops, there's a red line here, so we can zoom in here. The stop started to transact right here. Okay, this is a stop order. So we don't know, it was a stop to enter or exit, most likely to exit. Look at us, we took the other side of the trade here actually. Why do we think it's to exit? Because it swept the order book. Okay, so 393 altogether here. You're not going to want to come in with a bunch of stops to enter and sweep the order book against yourself. Okay, so anyway, that's a stop run, and these are just stop transactions. Now, how we can use this to our advantage. Okay, so let's get into a little bit on that. And are there any questions here? First off, we'll take a kind of a breather here. No? Alois, thank you for all of this over in YouTube, answering these questions. Yeah, Ariana, you will have to get, the DXV data for futures does not offer market by order. So you will need to either use Bookmap data or Rhythmic data. Okay, it looks like you've answered all the questions, and Alois, rightfully so. Just come over and join us over in Discord. It's much easier. Yep. How do you install the indicators? Okay, Carlos, good question. You will download them through the download manager here. So it's very simple. So you'll click on the icon up here, and then that will bring you up you'll scroll all the way to the bottom and click on manage add-ons here. Okay, and remember how I showed you earlier the level 0, which was how to connect to all the different platforms and data providers. And this one here, level 1, is for Bookmap add-ons. Okay, so you will scroll down here and you will have access under available for install at the bottom. You'll have access to install the stops and icebergs, on chart, sub chart, Trader Map Pro here. Okay, install all of them. I would also highly recommend installing and playing around with. This is the time. It's free. The whole Market Pulse suite. And then there's also the liquidity tracker pro version here. Okay, so I know I've got it here. Liquidity Tracker Pro, this one here. Okay, so install all of them and start to play around with them. All right, this is how you do it. Once you bring them up, you'll see them in here, and then here is where you'll go through all of the different. I'll jump back here and I'll show you here. Okay, this is where you'll see all the different configurations, and there's a lot of stuff in here to take a look at. I can answer your questions tomorrow in more detail, or for the next few days, no problem. What I want to go through though, right, just for now, is show you how to add them. Okay, and then secondly, where to get more information on them. Okay, so I think it should be in here. The guide. Okay, so you can click here. There's multiple ways to get there. All right, so let me show you. I'm just going to click here, and where that will take me is our knowledge base, and you'll be in the add-ons section for the knowledge base here. Okay, that's where to go, and then you can see stops and icebergs, subchart, on chart, and you'll see the liquidity tracker here. Okay, they're alphabetically arranged. The Market Pulse tools are in here. Market Pulse in here. All the algos you'll see over here on the right-hand side, etc. Okay. There's videos as well. Not for all of them actually, because they're rather kind of complex. So, and a lot of the videos were kind of outdated. So the best place to go is through the knowledge base here. Okay, there's other ways to get there as well. Like I said, you can once you add them here, you can click on the guide, but you can also go up here in the app in Bookmap and under help and go to user guide. That will also bring up the knowledge base. Then you just need to click on add-ons and then find it over here. All right. Or another way to go about it is to go to bookmap.com and click on education here, and then you'll go to knowledge base here, okay, or even from just here under the more button, there's the learning center, which I just showed you, or the knowledge base here, okay, then click on add-ons. All right, and again, we can come over to the Discord community. We'll answer questions for you, and also during this webinar or these webinars during the week. Okay, now we'll get more into the practicality of use case scenarios for these, but there are some right in front of us, and I'll just kind of maybe tempt you a little bit with it right now. Look at this huge iceberg here. Okay, so we saw this move down during this webinar here. Okay, and then we traded into high liquidity. We thought, okay, we're probably going to get a bounce here, so we got in, and you know, just to demo how much we could trade. Actually, that was our goal here, and then we got out. But look at this move in here. Okay, this is where it's fantastic to understand this context. And let me bring up. I won't be able to bring it up in the subchart here. I'll have to jump back to this one, which is fine. We can do that too. All right, so here I have the subchart and on chart. Okay, so this is some really interesting information here, actually. So here I have, just zoom out a little bit, 500 icebergs were transacted in here. And then look at this one here, almost 1,400. And we don't even know what was behind it. Okay, it went to lower lows in here, and we know that the iceberg is getting filled. Now, this is really interesting stuff in here. Why? Because this 1,400 in here, okay, once it was canceled, they actually lowered it down. It looks to me like it's the same trader, canceled it and replaced the order down here at this 63 level here. Okay, so they moved it down 1 point. And it looks like they're still in the market here, wanting to get filled, or okay, they did get filled, 400 here, and yet they pulled it again, and now they're still in the market, and they're still in here currently. 185 have filled so far. Okay, so what is this is telling us here? Now, who uses an iceberg order? Anyone in here use iceberg order? Yeah, maybe. I mean, but you're likely going to be a pretty big player if you're going to be using an iceberg order, because you do not want to show your liquidity in the order book. That's why you use them. You don't want to scare price away, okay, by showing a lot of supply or demand. So you want to show just the tip of the iceberg that you'll send to the market. All right. So now look what we have here, and this is why actually we got in that trade. Was we had a stop run over here, for example. We have another one, and we're about to get another stop run as well. Looks like, and here this one was executed fully for 200. Now we know that, and there's still another one in here, okay, that just jumped in. Okay, so there's multiple icebergs at some of these levels here. So we have the icebergs absorbing. We also have stop runs into these areas as it makes newer lows, okay, lower lows. Okay, so people are getting stopped out, and an iceberg is absorbing some of those stops. Okay, they're on the other side. In fact, this is where you can see it very clearly in the subchart indicator for stops and icebergs. Okay, so this is pretty amazing transparency. People are getting stopped out. We see this red line here means, and there's two different axes here, okay, a blue one for icebergs and a red one for stops. Okay, so people are getting stopped out on the way down, and icebergs are absorbing on the way back up. Okay, so pretty interesting stuff, and you can see this transition mostly taking place right in here. Okay, the biggest stop run and also the biggest iceberg purchase right here, and it was canceled too, which is funny. So they're still, as price is going lower, they're still absorbing. So how low will price go? How much more will they do they have in here to trade? How much more demand do they have? We're going to get an answer at some point. Okay, so we're going to see that there's no more sellers coming in, aggressive sellers. Now we really want to put this into context here. We're going to jump over to the other chart because we might start to see it happen right now. Okay, so let's jump over to the other chart and the Trader Map Lite version here. And why I'm doing that is because you can see the move down. We can see this liquidity much clearer. All right, so we have now we're looking for when the stops will stop transacting and when aggressive buyers are starting to come in. And we're starting to see that actually. Let's take a shot at it here. All right, so should we use 16? I don't know if we want to trade. No, let's not trade our full amount. Let's trade 10. Okay, that'll allow us, or maybe 8. That'll allow us to place other orders. All right, so oops, I am in. Okay, so now I just jumped in without hitting my bracketed orders here. So this is another kind of workaround if you guys want to do this, which is it's a great workaround. I like it. I'm actually going to reset this to 4. And we're going to set some OCOs here. Okay, so order cancels order. All right, so I'm long here, 8 contracts. Okay, great. So now I'm going to place my stops or my take profits up here. So my sell limit orders. So all I have to do is right click up here once. Then I come down below, hold down the shift key, and then I'm going to right click down here. Okay, and there's my stop losses and my 4 take profit limits. And we can do the same again now because that's 4. So let's front run this liquidity here. And I'll come back down and I'll hold down the shift and then right click again. All right, so there we go. So there we have now, we're fully covered our 8 contracts here. And we used OCO orders for that. Okay. Next time we'll use brackets. Okay, so just make sure you choose brackets before you start trading. All right, so now we have really good context here. And we've justified our reasons for taking this trade here, even though we got in late. Okay, we started to see it actually in real time unfold right around in here. We have this context of lots of limit buy orders getting filled on the bid on the way down. We have icebergs getting filled as well on the way down. We have other traders really getting stopped out on the way down as well. And we're waiting to see when the aggressive buyers might start to come in. And they're now starting to come in. Now, we don't know if this is, how much demand is here. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is as far as it goes. So maybe we should place our take profit here at the swing here, because likely, we'll get a test to the swing, but maybe that's all it does, and then it comes back into the range. Okay, there's no one willing to buy outside of that swing here, right? Now, I don't know. We don't know. We're taking that's the risk that we're taking here. Okay. Well, how can we limit that risk? Well, we can move our stop to break even up here if we want. Whatever you want to do. Or you can see that I have my little beige line in there is my break even, and you can see it matches with my entry here. All right. So that's it. All right, so now we're all set. Now we can also do this here too. If you don't like this and you want to peel out of it, maybe you want to look for a bigger trade back into some sort of mean reversion or something like up here. Let's do this. Now I'm going to left click on this and I'm going to select 2, and I'm going to come over here and make this 2 as well, and then we'll put in another order. Okay, I will right click here. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not correct. I've got to go back to OCO. I'm going to right click here. Then I'm going to hold down the shift key and right click down below here. And there we go. Now I'm all set. Now I'm covered, but I just broke it down in this 4 into 2 different transactions as well. All right, so little tips and tricks here about how to get up and running and trading in Bookmap. No. You'll use just use your regular. This is for paid um, subscribers, Alan. This competition, right? All right. So yeah, this was our original idea. Was we're probably going to see it kind of test the swing, or we got out in front of that high liquidity in here, and yeah, we just got stopped out on the remainder of our transactions here, or our orders here. Okay, and that's that. We're done. All right. So anyway, a few different things to consider, and we're going to go through, different configurations, play around with them, go to the knowledge base, but also just to understand how to utilize stops and icebergs, or the Trader Map Pro, or Market Pulse for your trades, okay, for this competition. Like I said, it's all free. So anyway, that's the market by order data, and we went through that whole history of what it is, and it's very, very, you can really get into a lot more details about what exactly it is, and it is a big deal. It's metadata, and now you can really understand a lot more of what's going on in the market due to market by order data. Right? It's kind of a bit of a revolution in my opinion. Yeah, it's got incredible detail in there to understand and utilize for an edge. It actually allowed us to come up with these filtered heat maps as well. Okay, so we're actually filtering the data in here with Trader Map Lite and the Trader Map Pro version as well. Here's the Trader Map Pro version here. Okay, the heat map looks different, right? Okay, because we filtered out. We have a different filter on it, basically. All right, so I've been going for about an hour. Let me see if there's any questions in here. No, in Discord, no. Okay. We'll go through a lot of use case scenarios as well, how to use some of these indicators in here, or add-ons that you now have access to. You see over in YouTube, you have anything over here? Yeah, lots of questions here. Do you want to look at the 6E, Ariana? Yeah, we can take a quick look, but it's really not. This is for the competition. Okay, here's our 6E. Well, actually, maybe this will help us because we just traded into this 105.50 area down here, and that's might be significant. Okay, are buyers starting to come in? Yeah, they kind of are. Look at this area right in here. Okay, we hit the high liquidity here, traded it, and then do you see sellers after that? Not really. We're seeing buyers here, and they're starting to pull that liquidity here. So I'm looking for this to kind of bounce. Okay, we don't know how much, how far. Maybe it rolls over again. Maybe it makes lower lows. We don't know. Okay, but we do know that there's the dollar strength here. Well, it might start to turn into euro strength, and due to that, that means money back into the stock markets as well, most likely. Okay, so is that the case? All right, well then now you've got a correlation, you've got dollar weakness, and you'd be looking for the order flow in here to support that idea. Okay, so and we went through a really nice example in here. I feel a pretty nice example of understanding stops and icebergs here. So let's take another shot at this. In fact, we'll use the bracketed orders now, and we'll just jump in. Let's see here. Oh, I did something in here, but we still got filled, and yeah, I don't have any. We'll have to input the stop loss and take profit again though. Okay, so now what else do we have now? Now we're kind of again, we don't know, but we're kind of going through here and trying to look for something that is more likely a scenario to play out, that is higher probability. Okay, so maybe dollar weakness and stock market strength is a theme that might start to unfold. Okay, so in the bigger picture. Okay, so we'll see. I'm not sure about that yet, but we do see some buying starting to come in, but it did not break the structure yet. Okay, it did break the trend line, but it did not break this horizontal structure. All it did was test the high here. That's it. All right, so we're in 2, and I might if I see something good in here, I might want to add to it. There's a whole host of things you can do in here for this competition. And a lot of larger players, this is how they trade. I mean, you can see it right in front of you. They're placing orders like this, right at the liquidity. This is where they want to deal, and they're advertising that. Okay, so that means that you're adding to losers on the way down. Do you have the pocketbook to withstand that? And maybe you don't. Maybe instead you're going to look for momentum move and jump on the train, try to ride that. Many different ways to trade, but now that you have $100,000 in here, you can probably do this with a 1 lot or a 2 lot and add into it and look for a range to trade instead of just trying to call the market at a specific area and look for it to play out the way that you feel it should play out. A market doesn't, as we know, does not work like that. All right, so I think we've covered everything. We're up and running. We got connected. You know how to register. Just go to competition.bookmap.com. Register now because you might forget, and if you do, then you won't have the opportunity again. Once the competition starts, you cannot register. The beauty here, again, is get the MBO bundle for free. Try it out. See if you like it. Okay. Learn to trade from it. Learn how to read it like we did in here, and with the stops and icebergs. And don't forget, we also have the Trader Map Pro, a Liquidity Tracker Pro, and then also the entire suite of the Market Pulse tools. Okay, volume pressure imbalance, order book pressure imbalance, all of these different pace of tape imbalance, etc. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Get connected, get up and running, get your data. Go through this again in here. You can come over, you can join our Discord room. There's a link right on the top here. So you can ask questions over there. You can partake in the discussions for the competition as well. Yeah, you have fun with it. Okay, enjoy it, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. Let's see if we get anything out of this trade idea here. Again, guys, this is not a trade recommendation, just kind of demoing and going through and reading what the market is doing at the moment and considering different things in here. It's not a trading room. It's an order flow reading room. Okay, that's our job. All right, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for coming, everybody. Give us a thumbs up. Come over to our Discord channel, join, and we will catch up with you tomorrow when the competition begins. All right, yep, take care. Bye-bye.